Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really getting into something powerful. It's a story from the Abundance Blueprint podcast, an episode they called Soulful Sundays, The Letter Revealed. And we want to go deeper than just the story itself, pull out those universal ideas about accountability, about growth.
Yeah, things that really hit home for anyone building something, a business, a legacy.
Exactly, because this isn't just about one veteran's experience. It's kind of a mirror, I think. A mirror for those unopened letters maybe we all have tucked away somewhere, the truths we avoid.
That's a great way to put it. And what jumps out right away from the source is just how fundamental that idea of truth is. And, those commitments we make to ourselves, the source calls them words that echo when the world is quiet.
Oh, I like that phrasing.
Yeah, it's about our own blueprint, isn't it? And Andre's struggle, wrestling with this letter for months, it wasn't just personal trauma. It really shows the psychological heft, the sheer weight of holding yourself accountable.
Right.
It makes you wonder, what does it really take for any of us, but especially entrepreneurs, facing those high stakes? What does it take to finally look that truth in the eye?
That context is so important because the source, it paints this really vivid image, doesn't it?
It really does.
Andre, a veteran, carrying this single folded piece of paper for months.
Just in his pocket.
Yeah, just paper. But he knew opening it, actually reading those words he wrote, it would change things fundamentally. A turning point.
It's not just physical weight, is it? It's this deep psychological load. And maybe, as you're listening, think about that. That cost of delaying something needs doing.
Yep.
For entrepreneurs, maybe it's that big strategic decision or like a personal growth thing you keep putting off.
Yeah.
How does that show up in your own blueprint?
It's a powerful question.
And then when he finally did open it,
Ooh.
wow, the words were just raw.
Unfiltered.
Totally. The source says they were jagged, like his pen pressed too hard, trying to carve them into the page almost.
Yeah, like etching them. Let me read a bit of it because you really need to hear the direct words. It's intense. Okay, he writes, I don't trust myself anymore.
Ooh, starting strong.
Right. I've failed before. I've lost years. I've come home with ghosts and told people I'm fine when I'm not. I am afraid of starting over. Afraid of building something just to watch it crumble. Afraid of failing in front of the people who still believe in me.
That vulnerability, it's striking.
It is. And then this pivot. But silence is killing me faster than failure ever could.
That's the turning point.
So this is my promise. I will no longer live small. If I fall forward.
Yeah.
But I will not hide anymore.
Wow. Wow. And what's really fascinating there, digging underneath, it's the psychology of why he waited so long.
Right. It wasn't just putting it off.
No, absolutely not. This wasn't laziness. It feels more like a calculated delay almost.
Yeah.
Even a self-sabotaging. Because opening that letter, it wasn't just reading words. It meant something huge.
Accountability.
Exactly. Immediate.
Yeah.
Undeniable. Accountability to himself, to that promise he'd so carefully written down.
No more excuses.
None. And it meant facing that fear of failure head on, stripping everything else away. But also, and this is maybe the twist, maybe even facing the fear of success.
How do you mean?
Well, the fear that if he really went for it, maybe he could build something amazing only to see it fall apart later.
Yeah.
Which would feel even worse, right? Confirming those deep fears.
Yeah. Okay. I see that.
And this isn't just Andre's thing. It's pretty human, isn't it? The fear of facing our own potential, our own blueprint for what we could be. That fear often freezes us much more than, say, not having enough talent or a real opportunity. It's the known discomfort versus the terrifying unknown of what we could achieve.
That difference between fearing failure and fearing the actual commitment, that feels really key.
It is.
So it makes you think, okay, how many leaders, how many entrepreneurs right now are carrying their own unopened letter?
Lots, I'd wager.
Yeah. The source gives some examples that feel, really familiar, probably familiar to a lot of you listening. Like, think about that business plan. You know the one. Polished, almost perfect, maybe 90% done.
Right. Sitting in the drawer.
Exactly. Just sitting there, never quite acted on. Or what about that grant application? Started with all this energy.
Yeah, great research, high hopes.
And then, poof, paused, never sent. Or the capability statement, ready to show the world what you can do, but still tweaking it.
Always one more tweak.
Always. And then there's the big one, maybe. That silent promise you make to yourself to finally scale up, grow the business, make a bigger impact,
But never said out loud.
Never really spoken out loud, never really committed to with actual steps.
Yeah.
So Andre's struggle, that internal wrestling match, it really is every business owner's story at some point.
It resonates.
Because the longer you wait, the longer you put off facing that truth.
Well, that piece of paper just gets heavier and heavier, doesn't it?
Metaphorically, yeah, absolutely. It becomes this oppressive weight.
Draining your energy, stifling the very growth you want. And if we zoom out, look at the bigger picture. This fear, this unopened letter syndrome, it genuinely holds businesses back. It impacts growth, innovation.
It's not just a personal feeling. It has real consequences.
Totally. Think about the opportunity cost. It's not just the money from the grant you didn't send.
Right.
It's maybe losing ground to competitors, missing innovation cycles, maybe even team members losing faith because they see the potential isn't being acted on.
That's a heavy thought.
It is. These delays, they limit your impact, they cap your revenue, and honestly, they chip away at your own fulfillment as the leader. So it brings us back to that core point. The main issue usually isn't a lack of good ideas or resources or even potential. Often it's this deep underlying fear of truly committing to that potential, committing to the vision.
Taking the leap.
Taking the leap, yeah. And being okay with the uncertainty, being fully accountable for whatever happens. That's leadership, right? But it's hard.
It really is. But understanding that cost of not acting, that can be a powerful motivator too, can it?
Definitely. A necessary push sometimes.
So, okay, let's shift gears a little. From the weight of the unopened letter to the energy of actually moving forward.
Okay.
The source talks about this idea of a September horizon, and it's not just about the calendar changing.
No, it's more symbolic.
Right. It's framed as this, like, psychological reset button, a deliberate signal for change, for action, for setting a new course.
A fresh start.
Exactly. And that's why Andre's story feels so relevant now as we head towards what a lot of people see as a kind of new year for business planning.
Post-summer push.
Yeah, a chance to say, okay, this is where I commit. You know, there's actual psychology around that fresh start effect.
There is.
And using that, like the source suggests, isn't just about feeling inspired. It's about consciously using a known cognitive bias to drive real action in your business.
Precisely. And the source backs this up with some really great examples of people who are actively living the letter, stepping up. It shows how different commitment can look.
Yeah, let's hear some.
Okay, so take the pastor mentioned. They realized they couldn't effectively serve their community if they were totally burned out.
Right. Makes sense.
So their letter, their commitment, wasn't some huge project. It was about self-care, setting boundaries, which for a leader is a form of accountability. It ensures they can keep going.
That's a really important perspective. It's not selfish, it's sustainable.
Exactly. Then you have the photographers, LDS photography. They were kind of stuck, hustling without structure, as the source puts it.
Been there.
Right. Their breakthrough, that opening the letter moment, came through collaboration, getting that external structure and clarity they couldn't quite find on their own.
Ah, so sometimes support is the key.
It absolutely can be. It shows how mentors, partners, accountability groups, they can be the catalyst you need to finally act on your own commitments. Collaboration gave them a roadmap.
Moving from just busy to actually productive.
Precisely. And then consider the veterans finding community through Kathy's unique umbrella effect. This is about collective strength. How belonging and shared experience can help overcome that individual fear and isolation.
So the community helps you live the letter.
Yes. Kathy's initiative creates this supportive network, this umbrella, that helps veterans move from struggling alone to walking a path forward together. It's powerful stuff.
That sounds incredible.
And finally, just the everyday women highlighted, building wealth and legacy one step at a time. This shows that opening the letter isn't always one big bang. Often, it's gradual, persistent.
Small steps adding up.
Exactly. Micro commitments.
Yep.
Consistent action day after day. Their journey shows that huge change often comes from lots of small, brave decisions to live authentically, build intentionally. Each step reaffirms the letter.
What really strikes me about all those examples is it's not just about that one brave moment of opening the letter.
No, the follow-through is crucial.
Yeah, it's about living it consistently, day in, day out. And the source mentions Naomi's crew, people like Kathy Hare, LDS Photography, others involved with the Abundance Blueprint community.
That support network.
Right. They represent those systems, those communities that help people not just make the commitment, but actually live it. embody it.
Building a framework around the promise.
Totally. It's like having your own personal board of directors, keeping you true to your blueprint, making sure that initial courage leads to real, lasting action.
Well said.
Now, living this kind of committed life, it takes energy, right? Mental, emotional energy.
Absolutely. It can be draining.
So the source offers something really practical, simple, actually. Breath work.
Ah, yes. Grounding yourself.
Yeah, as a tool to kind of release the past and focus on the vision ahead. So I invite you, if you want, just take a moment with me, find a comfortable spot. Let's just take one deep, intentional breath together. Ready. Inhale slowly for 4 counts. Feel that intention. Now hold it for 4. Let it settle. And exhale slowly for 6. Releasing any doubt, any old weight. Just let it go.
That simple act, it raises a really important question, doesn't it? What does that breath actually symbolize here?
More than just air.
Much more. It's not just physiology. It's psychology. It's strategy even. The message is so clear. Every breath is proof. You are still here. You are still capable. You can still begin again.
I love that. Proof.
Yeah. It connects you right back to this present moment, to your own resilience. It's a reminder that you do have the power. Power to let go of past failures, release the weight of those unopened letters, and more importantly, to consciously envision and create the future where that letter is lived out.
So for an entrepreneur, it's not just relaxation.
No, it's about recalibrating, sharpening focus, building that mental grit you need to take those courageous steps forward.
Yeah.
It's literally making space inside for your blueprint to actually happen.
Making space. Okay, so as we kind of bring this deep dive to a close, let's circle back to Andre, his journey. The core lesson, really. It wasn't just about that piece of paper, was it? Or even the powerful words he wrote.
No, deeper than that.
It was about truth, facing it, embracing it. And in business, when you're building a legacy, just in life, facing that truth, however uncomfortable or scary it feels.
It's always the first step.
Always. The absolutely essential first step towards real fulfillment, towards making a real impact. It's where potential starts becoming real.
Beautifully put. So maybe the thought to leave everyone with today, as you look towards your own September horizon or whatever, is next for you. Just consider this. What unopened letter might you be carrying right now? Maybe hidden away. Maybe you're not even fully aware of it in your business, in your life. What truth is calling out for you to finally face it, to really live it, and maybe spend some time thinking about how confronting that truth, embracing it, acting on it, how that could unlock a whole new level of abundance for you.
A powerful reflection.
Because, as the Abundance Blueprint podcast puts it so well, we don't chase abundance. We blueprint it.